Greetings, Info Warriors. Today's date is January 8th, 2013. I'm your host, Rob Dew, and this is the Info Wars Nightly News. Join us tonight as we celebrate a great victory as Alex Jones hijacked the Piers Morgan show.
Tonight on the Info Wars Nightly News, Piers Morgan reveals that silently nodding his head while Alex Jones runs him over with UK crime statistics is all part of CNN's master strategy. Alan Dershowitz says he fears a gun owner with no criminal record.
I don't want that man to have a gun. I wouldn't feel comfortable having an argument with him in his home.
And Rob Dew breaks down how Piers used deportation to dodge an insightful gun interview. All that and James Holmes' prescription drugs coming up on the Info Wars Nightly News.
So last night was utterly amazing. I was in New York for less than 24 hours, flew in with Alex. First we had the confrontation with the TSA, sent those pictures to Watson. We're going to have video of that tomorrow. Of course, fly on the plane, we land, all of a sudden we're on Drudge. I mean, that's the amazing power of the new media and the news, and that is why the dinosaur media are quaking in their boots together. And boy, they really got a taste of their own evil medicine last night as Alex Jones laid it all out, laid the whole plan out for everybody who wanted to listen, who actually cares about this country to hear, and it's the biggest news story in America. I mean, I don't even know who won the BCS Championship Bowl, not that I really cared, but let's get on with the show. First article here, and you can find this on InfoWars. Alex Jones battles Piers Morgan over gun rights, and there it is, twit versus wit. And we're going to go to this first clip here. And, I mean, just being in the green room watching it, I taped the whole thing there, and the energy was amazing. And I could hear people scurrying back and forth between segments, whispering, talking. And, well, let's just go to the clip right now, and then we'll come back and analyze
Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? That's why you're going to fail, and the establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again when you attempt to take our guns.
And that was just the beginning of the interview. It gets way better. Go out and find it on YouTube. I think we have the whole thing posted at Infowars.com titled Alex Jones Battles Piers Morgan Over Gun Rights. It was epic. It was historic. And it was great to see Piers get a taste of his own medicine because, you know, if you watch the Larry Pratt interview, he ran all over Larry Pratt, calling him a little man, calling him stupid. I mean, just screaming at the guy as he was just pouring out calm statistics and facts over and over again. And this time he got a taste of his own medicine. And I think he was expecting it. I don't think he was expecting all of it, especially by the end of that second segment where Alex went into his British accent and just kept laying it out. I mean, he went straight into the accent and just kept laying out more and more and more ammunition for us to fight these gun-grabbing globalists. And I just think it was amazing. Melissa Melton has a whole kind of breakdown of the entire interview. Her article is titled, Alex Jones to Piers Morgan, You're Not Going to Take Our Guns. So it starts off, Piers asks, why do you want to deport me? And Alex goes into, we did it to point out the Second Amendment. And that's kind of how we do things at InfoWars. We take stuff that's out in the mainstream media, and we identify with it, and we grab it, and then we add what is really going on, the true, you know, we do put a spin to it, but it's a spin of this is what's really going on, America. This is what's happening, and this is not what the mainstream media is talking about. They don't talk about globalism, or if they do, they talk about how it's great and how it's going to bring more jobs, which it never does. It just takes jobs away, and it lets giant banks come in and run our country. It goes on. How DHS, Alex brought up how the DHS has bought another 200,000 bullets on top of the 1-point-something billion that they already have, in addition to their armored SWAT trucks, their bulletproof guard shacks, and their 24 Predator drones. And DHS is just one entity that is being armed. He talked about the FBI crime statistics, how they've gone down over the last 5 years, and we're going to go over more of that later. And here's another piece he brought up. The Food and Drug Administration has admitted that prescription medications kill over 100,000 people every year. And how even hospital infections kill people, more people than guns. And more lives are taken by suicide when it comes to guns. And most of the gun violence is, in fact, gang violence, which is being propagated by this fake war on drugs. I would say probably 90% of those gang wars are over drug turf. And I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I don't even have a statistic to back it up. But that's what it's about. It's about drug turf, and that's most of the gun violence is gangs shooting each other, which is sad because these are young men all over America that could be doing something better with their lives than shooting each other. But that's the way they chose to live. Moving on, he goes into democide, the 290 million people that were killed by governments in the last century. And then he goes, I'm here to tell you 1776 will come in if you try to take our firearms. And I like this towards the end. While Alex has garnered criticism for his demeanor on Piers' show last night, America is facing a dark hour. If someone's house is on fire, the time for calm discussion is long past. It's time to bang on the door, yell and scream, raise the house, and get people to listen to help save lives. And a few years ago, this is the first house I bought back in, 99. I'm definitely pro home ownership. Anyway, our neighbor's house caught on fire. And me and my other neighbor saw it happening. Well, he ran over. He didn't knock on the door politely and say, hey, your house is on fire. Luckily, no one was in the house at the time. But it was started up in the attic. It was a heater unit that went off. He kicked in that front door, and we went in there yelling, looking for people. And we got out. We weren't harmed at all. But you don't knock on the door, ring the doorbell, look in the window, see if anyone's there. No, you kick in the door and you warn people. And that's what Alex was doing. He was kicking in the door to the people out there who are asleep watching CNN, clicking their channel, tired, in a zone. And Alex was a bolt of lightning that if anybody was watching, anybody even with half of their head screwed on straight, woke up and started paying attention. They may not have liked everything he said. They may not have liked his demeanor, but you know what? It's got people talking, and people are talking about this today. And he got all the information out there. Well, not all the information that he wanted to get, but he got a lot of information out. We were going over different points that he wanted to cover, and I think if he would have got that third segment in, he would have got to everything, especially going after Dershowitz. We're going to cover that in a little bit.
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.